application from the mobile phone. And there will be certificate from Developer Student Club, Victoria University, for those who attend the full day event, means day 1 and day 2 event, today and on the 27th December. And there will be certificate form to be filled on the second day as well. With that said, let's move on to the next slide. Today, we are going to discuss about the Developer Student Club, what Developer Student Club is, what is Developer Student Club Victoria University, about the annual solution challenge, about the next event and the plans ahead we as a Developer Student Club are going to have. I will also briefly walk you through how you can join our Developer Student Club. And then we will have short Q&A session. And then we will have our next session, which is the main session for today, Android programming with Kotlin, which will be followed by a Q&A session. Then we will have a short quiz session in the Kahoot app, or you can use it via the website as well. And then we'll announce the winner and finally close the session for today. Developer student clubs are basically university-based communities for students who are interested in Google technologies. So what are Google technologies? Google technologies, here you can see these are all the Google technologies. We have Android operating system. We have Kotlin programming language that is used to develop the Android apps. We have Flutter that is used to develop both Android and iOS applications. We have Firebase that is used for the backend, or if you want to store your data in the cloud, then Firebase is really helpful. We have TensorFlow for the machine learning. We have Google Cloud Platform for securely storing your data in the cloud. We have Go programming language for the software development. We have Angular, which is used heavily for the front-end development, front-end web development. We have Google Assistant technology, and we also have G Suite products. So these are all the Google technologies. What Developer Student Club does is it helps to bridge the gap between theory and practice. So how does it help to bridge the gap between theory and practice? It does this by encouraging peer-to-peer learning environment, by hosting events, workshops, hackathons, study jams, and helping student developers to grow their knowledge in different areas of technology and even in the non-technical fields. And student later, after they have the enough knowledge, they can implement the knowledge. They can identify some problem in their university or in their community, and then they can use one of the Google technologies to solve those problems. So students can learn to identify the real problems, and they can learn to solve it. Developer Student Clubs Victoria University, we are one of 1,200 plus developer student clubs around the world, and we are one of 10 developer student clubs in Australia and New Zealand. We are basically based in Victoria University Footscape Park, meaning if we have privilege to host on-site event in the future, then we will be having or conducting those events in the Footscape Park campus. This is our core team. Myself, Vijay Sigdel. I am the DSC lead at Victoria University. We have Dedi as the co-lead and president of this club. We have Putera as vice president. We have Nimasa as secretary, and we have Aman Priya as treasurer. Developer Student Club Victoria University. What we do as a Developer Student Club is we host events, workshops, hackathons, study jams, which can be Android study jams, cloud study jams, machine learning study jams. And we also run events, workshops, and all those hackathons on different topics like app development, cloud technology, machine learning, artificial intelligence, web, and others. We also host speaker sessions and alumni sessions where expert speakers or Victoria University alumni, they will share their expertise and the experience they have throughout their journey to the students, which I think is really inspiring for us young students. And we also identify local problems that are existing in our, maybe it can be in our society or it can be in our university itself. We'll identify those problems and build solutions using one of the Google technologies. Non-technical events. We are also planning to have non-technical events on different topics like public speaking, building portfolios, cracking interviews, and landing your dream jobs, and others. How you can participate in this developer student club? You can participate in many different ways. You can participate as a volunteer, since we will be hosting a lot of events throughout the year. So you can participate as a volunteer. If you have expertise in any technical or non-technical background, which you think is really good to share with your student fellows, then you can participate as a speaker, or you can host a session in collaboration with us. I believe as a student, we develop many different applications, or we develop many different projects on our own. So we also provide opportunity to demo those projects or application that you build on your own in our events in the future. And we also have a separate channel in Discord where you can showcase your projects, and it will inspire other students as well. I will share about the Discord channel at the end of the session, at the end of this event. And also, if you have any idea about the projects, about any sort of projects, then you are more than welcome to collaborate us on those projects. You can also share your journey with Developer Student Club Victoria University, whatever you have learned attending these events or workshops. You can share all those things in the social media and your LinkedIn platforms. And the most valuable thing is you can provide feedback to us. So these are all the ways you can participate in Developer Student Club Victoria University. And anyways, your participation is highly appreciated and is highly welcomed as well. Solution Challenge. What is a Solution Challenge? Solution Challenge is an annual contest that is hosted by Google, and that invites students from DSC communities worldwide. As I already mentioned, we have over 1,200 DSC communities worldwide. What we do in the Solution Challenge is we first identify the problems that are existing in our university or in our community or in our country. For example, bushfire is a problem in Australia. We identify the problems first, then we form a team to work on that problem, with like-minded people on that team. And then we find the appropriate technology to work on that problem. And then we start building the solution to that problem. And what we will do is that we will develop the solution in an iterative manner. We'll communicate with the real users, the one who are affected by that problem. We'll communicate with them, and if our solution is helping them to solve the problems or not, we'll communicate with them in an iterative manner, and we'll develop our final solution, and then we will submit it to the Google. And who can participate in the annual solution challenge? All the DSC lead, core team, and the club members can participate in the solution challenge. So I recommend you to join Developer Student Club Victoria University or any other Developer Student Club you like to join, so that you get the privilege of attending the solution challenge. And every year in the solution challenge, there is great opportunities and prizes for the top 10 winner of the solution challenge. They have the opportunity to showcase their projects to the worldwide Google developers and the Google community. They also have the opportunity to get mentorship from Google experts. They also get 1-year plural site free subscriptions and customized swag from Google. They also get featured on the Google developers blog, which is really a great thing. And this solution challenge usually opens around February or March every year. And we start providing the problems and how we can solve those problems starting February or March. And then we start developing solution till May. And then the solution challenge is finalized by June and the winners are announced. Just to show you about the solution challenge, here is a solution challenge demo that was submitted by one of the Developer Student Club from Ghana. What they did is they identify a problem in their community and they use one of the Google technologies to solve the problem. I hope you will enjoy that video. So what they did is getting emergency health assistance was really a problem in their community. They identify this problem and they develop an Android app which they can use, which the victim can use to just text about their problems to the health authorities, and health authorities can instantly send the text message how they can solve the problem or what can be the first aid for that problem. And the health authorities can also track their location and reach out to them soon. That's what they did. Moving on to the next slide, talking about the next event and plan ahead, we have Android programming with Kotlin workshop on 27th of December, 7 p.m. ADT on the same time. We are also planning to have machine learning, Flutter, Google Cloud workshop starting January next year. What will be the topic of the next event? It is completely based on a feedback. So I highly recommend you to fill the feedback form that we will be posting on the Zoom chat box at the end of the session, at the end of the event, and let us know where you are mostly interested in so that we can pick up a topic for the next event. Why join our developer student club? There are many privileges of joining a developer student club. Firstly, you will be the first one to get notified about the events. If you join a developer student club Victoria University, we have monthly general meeting. You can join on the monthly general meeting. You can interact or share your ideas with DSC lead and the core team. Of course, throughout this journey, you will learn a lot of new skills, whether it be in technological background or in non-technological background. You will also get the opportunity to meet a lot of new people, make new friends that will help to grow your network and strengthen it. You also have the opportunity to build solutions that impact your society, and finally to participate in annual solution challenge. How to join? I will briefly just virtually walk through through the main website of the developer student club, so you will have the clear understanding of how to join a developer student club. Let me go through this link. So this is the main website of Developer Student Club. Here you can see all the upcoming events near you. You can also search for events. You can filter the events based on the technology you like. For example, we are looking for Android, and you can see past events and future upcoming events on this technology. You can also search for any Developer Student Club worldwide using this search button here, or you can explore based on different geographical region. Let us go. Let's try one. Let's try Victoria University. Okay, here we go. So to join the Victoria University, all you need to do is just click this join button, and here you can also find all the information about the club, how university or about the annual solution challenge or anything related to DSC, you can post your question on the chat box, and I'm happy to answer all those questions. We'll wait for 2-3 minutes and then we'll move on to the next session. So we have one question from Ranawaka. They always, and she's asking, can anyone from any country start a DSC? If a developer student club is initiated on that country, as I haven't mentioned that before, this is our first. This is the first year in Australia and New Zealand, and we are one of the first developer student club here in Australia and New Zealand. So if the developer student club program has been started in their country, then of course anybody who is currently studying in their university or campus in the undergraduate or graduate levels, they can apply for being the DSC lead. And after they are verified, after they go through all the interviews and they are selected as the DSC lead, then they can start a club in their university and start the journey. Okay. What things are important to join DSC Victoria University? From Saim Ahmed. Mm, I believe you are asking about what are the requirements to join Developer Student Club Victoria University. We don't have any requirements. All you have to, you need to be a student at Victoria University. We have some sort of criteria from the university club, and that is we need to have 70% of the student, and we can have 30% of the outsiders as the official member of the Developer Student Club Victoria University. So unless we meet that criteria, we welcome everyone, either from the university who are currently students or from outside the university, to join the event, to join this club. So there is no any prerequisites. You can join the club. I hope I answer your question. Thank you. And also to mention one more thing to Sam Ahmed question, we don't have membership fee at the moment. We used to have it before. We used to have something like $5 membership fee every month to join any club in the Victoria University. But because of this pandemic and all these things going on, university has waived the membership fee, so there will be no membership fee. You can join the club. Yeah. I hope there will be no more questions. So let's move on to the next session. It is our main session, Android programming with Kotlin. We have our guest speaker, Abdul Malik Ango, all the way from Nigeria to speak on this session to teach us about the Kotlin basics and all the things that we need to learn before starting Android apps. And he will be he will be speaking and teaching on our second event as well, which is Android programming with Kotlin workshop. With that said, I would like to invite Abdul Malik. Um, Abdul, you can share your screen now. You can start now.
Okay, okay. Um, about to, can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Abdul Malik Ango. I am the DSC lead for Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University in the city of Bauchi, Nigeria. Um, okay, welcome to Android programming with Kotlin. So this track is for people with little to no programming experience. We will start at the very beginning and you learn how to build simple Android apps in Kotlin by the end of this series. But if you already have programming experience, consider this as a revision for the sake of those that are new to it. Okay. Here are some of the prerequisites that will be helpful for this track. Having basic computer literacy and basic math skills is recommended. You'll also need a computer and access to the internet to take the online course. It is also helpful if you have an Android device so you can test your app. A USB cable will be needed in order to do that. But if you don't have an Android device, don't worry, you can still emulate an Android device on your computer. Moving on. Okay, let's talk about what you'll be learning as part of the Android programming with Kotlin. First and foremost, the goal is for you to build your first Android app. To do this, you install Android Studio on your computer. For those of us hearing of Android Studio for the first time, Android Studio is the official integrated development environment for Android operating system. It was built on JetBrains IntelliJ IDE software and was designed specifically for Android development. Moving forward, you'll be exposed to programming concepts and Kotlin language. At the end, we will also talk about resources on how you can continue learning and build Android apps beyond this event. Okay, you will be working through the Android Basic in Kotlin course. This is a free online course developed by Google for people like yourselves to learn how to build basic Android apps. I'll share the link before the end of this event. Okay. This course is made up of units, and units are composed of pathways. In this track, we will focus on the first unit, which is shown here. It is made up of 4 pathways. In session 1, which we are currently doing, we will work on the first 3 pathways, which is the introduction to Kotlin, create your first app, and build a basic layout. In section 2, that's our next week workshop, which will focus on the pathway 4. It's a bit longer. Okay, let's dive in a bit. You may be wondering what is a pathway. It's an order sequence of activities to learn a specific skills. An activity can be a video, hands-on coding tutorial, known as a Code Lab, if you're familiar with Code Lab, an article or quiz. You can see at least 4 activities in these first pathways. All these activities are meant to help you reach specific learning objectives by the end of this pathway. Okay. Also, there's a quiz at the end of each pathway to check your understanding of what you just learned. Here's what a sample quiz looks like. Don't worry, it might not be visible enough, but I'll do a virtual walkthrough so that you'll see it. But if you get it, yeah, and also if you get a question wrong, try to understand what the concept is, even if you need to look back at the resource material before answering again. There are multiple retries. You can try as many times as possible. The goal is for you to understand what the concept is. Okay, so once you're done with the quiz, once you pass the quiz, you'll earn a badge. An example of the badge looks like this, as you can see. This is an example of the badge. Okay, so the badge you earn can be set to your developer profile. When you are taking this course, be sure you will have to sign in and create a developer profile. So as you earn more badges in the learning process, the badges automatically saves on this profile. So let me show you what the profile looks like before I continue. Sorry. Okay. So where's the profile? Okay. This is the platform. Let me send. I'm just copy the link and send it to the chat box. Okay. A minute, please. Okay. There's a chat. So just sent you the link. You use this link. We could walk through it together in order to be more so that you see exactly what I'm doing. Okay, if you head over to my profile, clicking on my profile, it loads up. Okay. Okay, here is what the profile looks like. Have the name. This you could edit it. Under my stats, it shows I've earned 12 badges. This is my favorite at the moment. So it displays everything here, and if it could be an addition to your CV to show you what exactly you're good at. So this helps in compiling exactly what you're good at while learning Android development and or any other Google programs or training. They automatically saves on this profile. So let's move on. Let's go back to okay. So okay, after so now that you're familiar with the learning platform there and how the course looks like, let's dive into some of the important concepts that you'll be learning about. Okay, in this course, you will be learning how to code in Kotlin. Kotlin is a programming language that you use to build Android apps. Kotlin is a modern and popular programming language best known for helping developers to be more productive. Kotlin is also allows you to be more concise when writing your code, and you can write safer code that's less prone to errors. As a result of many great language features, Kotlin has quickly gained momentum in the tech industry. It is reported to be one of the fastest growing programming language according to GitHub, and it's also ranked as the fourth most loved programming language among developers according to Stack Overflow. Okay, in part one of this course is focused on helping you understand the basics of Kotlin. Okay, to make it easier for you to learn, you'll be writing your first code in the Kotlin playground, which you can access via a web browser. The site looks something like this. You can write your code in this window and hit the green arrow to run it. Okay, the result of your code, which is known as output, will show up at the bottom of the window where it says hello here. I hope it's visible. Okay, before moving on, let's play around the Kotlin playground. Let's solve a series of questions. As you can see in these questions, it's an if expression question. It says, write a program that uses the if expression to find the max of 3 integer number. These numbers can be positive number, positive, negative, or 0. Okay, in the program, if you could notice on the right-hand side, it has an import statement which imports a max, an absolute value, and a function. And mind you, if when creating an Android, when running a Kotlin program, if you don't declare a function, your program won't run. So the main function has to be declared before we start anything. So we'll declare variables. This val, it means variable. As you can see, a val means variable. There are 2 types of variable. We have immutable variables and immutable variables. So we declared 3 variables. So these are immutable variables. They are not going to change. Mutable variables changes. Mutable variables keyword is var, var. But we will know much more about that in our workshop next week. But let's just focus on this at the moment. So after declaring 3 variables as A, B, and C, that's 12, 15, and 11. So we'll print line. So if A is greater than C, then if this seems to be true, this code will run, or else this will run instead. So let's try it out on the playground. Okay, I'm sorry. This is the Kotlin playground. As I said earlier, you could actually follow along. So if I should hit this green arrow, sorry, let me reload the page. Okay, so let's see if it works. All right, see, it brings hello world down here. Can you guys see it? Please, you guys should like let me know if you're following, so that I won't be just talking to myself. Are you guys following?
Yes.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you. Okay, so let's try and run the code I showed you earlier using the question which says, excuse me, sorry. Let me be seeing the question. You say, write a program that uses if expression to find the max of 3 integer number. These numbers can be positive, negative, or 0. So let's first say, let's delete this line of code. I said earlier. So let's declare a variable, immutable variable, and give it a name. Let's call it A, or in other words, let's call it impute1. Impute1. Cool. So let's give it 12. Can you see? Val impute 2. Give it another variable 15. Val impute 3. Another variable which is 11. Can we see? So now let's print line. Print line. Giving a bracket. Now the if expression, which is if brackets. Can you see? Well, let me space it so that to be more visible. A is greater than C. Can you see? So now our braces to accommodate our code. So we could add a comment to it saying and this code runs if the expression is true. Are we saying? So we'll put our code. So A plus B plus ABS brackets. ABS means absolute value. That's what ABS stands for, absolute value. So A minus B, then close our bracket, and divided by 2. Are you seeing this? So instead, so we'll add an else, just in case that code didn't run. So let's add another comment. If the above code is false, okay. So now we'll put this code in. So C plus B and plus ABS also. ABS bracket C minus B. Can you see? So okay, let's try and run our code. If we have any issues, are you guys trying to follow up? Are you guys following up? Awesome. So let's run our code to see if it will print out a line. So it turns out we have an issue, an error. So none of the following function can be called with the argument supplied. Public inline. Okay. So anytime you run into errors, you will have to check if it's correct or not. So what exactly our issue here is, instead of me to A, B, and C are not declared in this function. Instead, I used impute 1, impute 2, and impute 3 instead of A, B, and C. So it pops out this error because it does not recognize A, B, and C in any of our code. There's no reference to it anywhere. So it pops out error. So in order to fix this, I'll change this to impute 1 and impute 3. Can you see? Now I'll change this also to impute 1, impute 2, impute 2, impute 1. Okay, can you see? So now let's change this to, so you have impute 3, compute 2. So compute 3. Compute 2. Okay, I think we're all good. Let's print it. Oh, sorry. I think I misclassed press this. So okay, yeah. I just saw it right now. Okay. Let's continue. Okay, now our error says it can resolve ABS. ABS. Okay, ABS is a function that we will need to declare. So we have to declare it first. Let's say import. So we forgot to declare the function. So Kotlin. A minute. Kotlin. Dot math. Dot ABS. Okay. So now let's run our code. See, our code prints when everything is okay. So even when Kotlin is quite concise and very straightforward, if you notice in our code, we do not need semicolon. If we add it, it doesn't change anything. If we omit it, it doesn't change anything. We could code without using semicolons, but still everything has to be in order before we do that. Well, thankfully, the Android Studio helps us with some of this code even before we run. It also generates a lot of things. Remember when I used A, B, C instead of input 1, 2, and 3? The Android Studio will spot the error on site and told us it cannot resolve it even before we print. So it will help you with a lot of errors before even running your program. So let's change this into negative numbers. Let's use -10. Say we could try positive, negative, and zeros. So -10, minus 50, -2. Okay, let's try and reprint this and see what we got. See? Our code prints -2 as the maximum. Our aim is to find the maximum of 3 integers. See, our code runs perfectly. Even if it is on zeros, let's change this instead of add zeros instead. So let's try and print if it works. So now 0 is our maximum digit. So let's look at another example. Let's go back to our slide. Another example. Okay, this is a when expression. It is a little bit more complex than if expression and more straightforward. Sorry, not complex, more straightforward than if expression. Using if expression, this makes it much more easier. Okay, the questions reads, write a program that reads an integer number and prints one of the letter below. Okay, if for f, if the number is 0, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, and this, it should print f. But if it's this, it should print, if it's this number instead, it should print t. Or if it's the powers of tens, it should print p. So I think we have a tip here. It says the order is important. You do not need to consider other number as suitable. E.g., if 89 is a Fibonacci number, but the number must still print n. So since 89 is not among the Fibonacci numbers here, it will print n instead. Are you getting? So this is the code to run that expression. So let's say we have an input which is 99, and after we declare a variable and the input, we want it to be to string, because when expression works well with strings. So these are the numbers. So I won't waste time in typing these out, and I would like to copy. So let me, sorry, go back to it. Let me copy out the code. So I'll just run it so that we won't take much of our time. Okay, copy. Let's go back to our, so let's highlight this and paste it. So I think we have some few lapses here. Let me repair it. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Back. Okay. Eight. Okay. So let's run our code. See. You see, when the input is 99, it brings n because there is no 99 in any of this program. So let's change our input to something else. Let's say input should be 55 now. If you run, when the if expressions loads, it shows an F, which 55 is among the Fibonacci numbers. Can we see? Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, now we can hear you. I think we lost
Yeah.
you for a second there.
Sorry, I had a call and I'm connecting from my mobile phone. Let me put it in DND. I forgot to put it in DND. Sorry about that. Okay, can we go back to it? Are you guys following?
Yeah, can you share your screen? It's not.
Okay, yeah. Sorry about that. Please give me a moment. Okay. All right. Are we back?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when an expression, so when the number, the input is among these following expressions, as you can see, if it falls in any of these expression, it prints the letter alphabet that it falls under. If not, it prints n. Otherwise, it prints n. So if I should try a number that is not among here again, let's say something like 59. Okay, I should say 59. It prints n because 59 is not among any of these expressions. Can you see? Are we getting it? So these are some of the things we could do with a Kotlin program. We'll dive a lot deeper in our next event. So let's just keep this for the sake of time. Let's go back to our presentation. Okay. Okay, moving on. So in pathway 2 is where you create your first app. Okay, you need to download and install Android Studio on your computer. It will show you a step-by-step procedure on how to install Android Studio. That's on the course. I will walk you through that before we finish. Okay, this is where you write your Kotlin code and build apps on it. So in Android Studio, when you want to see what your apps look like on a device, you can use the Android emulator, which can emulate various Android devices on your computer. The emulator allows you to run your app, and it provides a lot, almost all capabilities that a real Android device will have. If you do have a physical device and wants to use it, there are also instructions in pathway 2 to get used to the setup. So you can basically use the emulator or a physical device to test your app. It is up to your personal preference. So lastly, in pathway 3, you learn the basics, the basic concept of customizing the user interface of a simple app. The user interface, also known as UI of your app, includes what the app looks like and how the user interacts with it. Okay, you will learn about layouts. The layout of an app is design of or arrangement of what the user uses, the user sees it on the screen. In Android, a layout is made up of views. Views are the basic build blocks of user interface in Android. So here are some of, here are some of the examples of types of views that are provided by Android. Text view is for displaying text, as you can see. Image view for displaying images. A button to perform some actions when tapped on. These three are the ones you will most likely spot on an Android app. I'm sure if you guys have an Android app or an Android iOS device, you are most likely to spot any of these three, but it's not limited to just these three. There are others. There are other views in Android. So, such as example, our text edit text for text field to input like names, like when you want to log into provide your login information. So the view that you used in doing that is text view. We have image button, checkbox, also a recycler view, spinner, that's for scrolling, and lots more. There are very much more views than this. So don't worry, we get to see some of them in actions during our hands-on workshop next week. So next week, we will be learning more about Android and Kotlin to build an interactive app. Okay, this is a screenshot of the kind of interactive app. It's a digital app that we'll be building. It shuffles the card as we tap on the button. So it deals with text, image. It shuffles images, text, image, and button at once. So now let me show you what the course looks like and the walkthrough I told you about. So if you can see, this is the website. Let me share the link. Copy. Okay, chat. So here's the link here. Okay. So this is the Android Basics in Kotlin. Is the site. You should click on the Kotlin basics for Android, which is this. Enter. So Unit 1 is the Kotlin basic for Android. So these are the 4 pathways I talked to you about. So let's start with the first pathway, Android Basics Introduction to Kotlin. So clicking on that, you have a welcome video, introductory video, and also another video, then a code lab. So here's the code lab. And after the code lab, finish your first programming in Kotlin, then you create a birthday message in Kotlin. Okay, so after that, we'll take a quiz. I'll just brief through it. So let me go straight to the quiz. So this is the quiz. After working through those pathways, we'll answer questions on the quiz. So let's say, for example, this quiz has what is a program. I'll just pick it at random so that if I should get your answer wrong, you see how it displays it. Okay, so this, let's just pick it at a random. Okay, by the end of this, and so this should test your understanding of the pathways and the units you just finished learning. So if you get these answers correctly, it shows a level of understanding of the unit you just finished. So if I should submit my answers, you see, okay, sorry, I have to reload. Okay, so let me try and answer again. Okay. So this is it. Let me press. Okay, you said you scored 1 out of 6. You need to answer at least 5 questions correctly to pass this pathway. So it goes up, shows me, as you can see, I got this wrong, incorrect. Okay, this is the only one I got correctly. These two are correct. They are partially correct because it's a multiple answers. It requires more than this. And all these fail, as you can see. So you need to understand the pathway or this thing, the pathway and the unit in order to pass the quiz so that you go to the next unit. Are you guys getting? Okay. Yeah, so I feel that sums up my presentation. So thank you guys for listening. Please, do you have any questions? Any questions for me?
No question, just say thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Okay. Oh, this is okay. No questions from anyone.
One question.
Okay.
I see there are a lot of Android emulator apps. Is there any 1 or 2 apps that you can recommend?
Sorry, I didn't get your question very well.
There are a lot of Android emulator apps.
Yeah.
So is there any 1 or 2 that you can recommend us using?
Yeah, the Android emulator, the Android Studio comes with an inbuilt emulator. So in case your system isn't fast enough to pick it, I recommend Genymotion. Let me see if I could Google it out for you. So Genymotion is very fast and it runs independently. So it's a bit faster than the Android emulator depending on your system. Are you getting? So here it is. But preferably if you don't have, your system doesn't have a VGA, although most systems lately do have VGAs, but you can still use your Android device to run your code and your app to see what it looks like using your Android device. So I hope that answers your question.
Yep, thank you.
Okay, I think it's a question. Yeah, Nimasha, yes, it's very important. That's why I introduced, what is it? The learning platform. Yes, it's very important to install Android Studio. So if you follow, sorry, let me go back so that you guys can see. If you follow these pathways, so what I expect is for you guys to follow these pathways, these these three pathways actually, before next week when we are having our second session. So these three pathways will show you how to install Android Studio and get some basic understanding of what we'll be working on next week. So it's best you follow it. The guide is quite basic and step by step. You'll understand it. But in case you don't understand it, Baije has my email, and I'm sure it's going to be provided, and also my LinkedIn page, in order to just chat me up if you have any issues installing the Android Studio. So it requires you to have an internet connection in order to install it. So if you do it perfectly, we'll be ready for next week. And so our next week's class depends on you installing Android Studio on your device. If you do not have an Android Studio on your device, you won't be able to follow through during the session, the hands-on session. And I will try, it will be a session that you guys should follow along as I'm typing. You guys are also typing in order to see everything. I will deliberately be making errors the way I did today. Make those errors so that you guys will see how I fix those errors, even the ones I don't understand. Maybe an error happens without my knowledge, as in without me doing it intentionally, which most cases is what happens. So you see how I solve it using, you don't have to know every syntax on your head, everything on your head. No one, it doesn't require you to do that. I'm sure you guys are already familiar with something like that. You don't have to know every code line or everything. That's the help of, that's why we have Google. Google will help you to narrow out some searches so that in order to fix those problems. Don't, and we also, that's the goal of this kind of community. If you have a community such as this, you will meet like-minded people. If in order when you are stuck during a code or something, you could go back and ask your community to help you, or someone has already encountered such errors, so they will be able to help you. It's not something it's not a journey you go through alone. You need people to reach out to, you need communities to reach out to. So that's the goal of the DSC, essentially. Okay, please, are you guys, am I clear enough, or I'm just speaking jargons at this end? Hello.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Repeat. You didn't get what I said now?
The what you said last wasn't clear. Sorry.
Okay, I said, am I clear, or I'm just speaking to myself? Maybe probably you guys are not hearing myself.
Not clear.
All right. So please, do you have any other questions? Any other questions for me? I think I'll start sharing. Please, is there any other questions? No other questions? Okay, Hara. Ricky, same. Daichi, sorry, I hope I pronounced this very well.
Yes, my name is Dai. You can call Diane. Thank you.
Dai, okay.
To say thank
All right.
you.
All right. Okay. Himani, please, it's not my native language, so I will probably make mistakes while pronouncing your names. Okay. Bavika, are you following through? I'd like to hear from everyone on the chat so that you'll know the message gets passed on. Bavika, is he here? Is Bavika around? Ricky?
Yes, thank you so much for today.
Awesome. Okay. What else? Bavika, can you hear? Do you get what the session is all about?
Yes, little bit.
Awesome.
It will be will be used.
Awesome. So I think it's time to move up to the next sessions, Didi. So please, as I said earlier, please try and install the Android Studio by next week so that you'll be able to follow along when we're having the next session. It's going to be a bit broader than this. So, all right, thank you guys for having me. I really enjoyed this little session we had.
I will continue from here. Thank you, Abdul Malik, for a great session, for a great talk. Now we'd like to move on to our next session, that is the quiz session. Let me share my screen. Okay.
Yes, please type in with a proper name so we can recognize you. No. I already.
So everybody is in, I believe.
Yes, I don't know. Is Daniel will join or no? Are you there, Daniel?
Should
Who is-
be D.
No, I'm not. We are not sure who is D.
Yeah, Daniel just told me D is Daniel.
Okay.
Okay. It's better to put the proper name. Yes. Okay.
It's okay. We
Thanks,
can
Ricky.
recognize him now. Yeah.
Okay. We have all inside already.
Okay.
I think.
I'm starting the game. Just to let you know the rules of the game. Every quiz, there are 7 questions. Each question has 20 seconds to answer, so you can answer within 20 seconds. And if you answer it faster, then you will get higher score. For example, if you answer within 2-3 seconds, then you will get a score around 800, 900. And if you answer late, you might get only 200 or 300 from that question. So it's better to answer it very fast. And if you are from the desktop, make sure that you are opening 2 screens side by side. You will be seeing question on the Zoom, and you will be seeing answer on the other screen where you are opening the Kahoot.it site. And that's all. Here we go. I'm starting the game now.
Yeah.
And also one more thing, we have prizes for top 3 winners. We will have I believe it's a $25 Uber Eats coupon voucher, and we also have some swags from Google for all the top 3 winners. So make sure to score as much as you can.
Yeah. Wish you all the best.
Yes, wish you all the best. With that said, I'm starting the game.
Wow, most people went for Google.
Okay.
Okay, he is leading.
Next question. Okay. Imani got it
Nice.
right. Let's move on to the next question. Okay.
D is back.
Yes, Daniel is back.
The-
Let's move on to the next question.
Oh, everybody got it.
Everybody,
Everybody got it.
except one, I think.
Except,
Oh.
yeah.
Except one.
Let's move on.
Okay, still D.
Hope we can get it right.
It's kind of a tricky question.
Oh, Himani up.
Imani is back. Let's move on to the next question. We have two questions left.
Okay.
Just try to answer it fast.
Okay.
Who
Last
got it right?
last question. Last one.
Okay.
Himani
Last
on
question.
fire.
Okay, last one.
This is a bit tricky.
Oh.
Wow.
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 Okay, let's see the winners.
Daniel is third.
Third.
Hara is second.
Second.
It is Himani.
It's Himani.
Congratulations, Imani.
Congratulations to Himani. Wow,
Congratulations,
wow,
Imani, Hara, and Daniel.
Yeah, this really shows that you guys were following it throughout.
Most of them were all the guesses.
Congratulations, Imani. Congratulations, Hara. Congratulations, Daniel.
Thank you.
Yeah. Congratulations to all three of you. And
Guys.
we have your email.
Congratulations.
Yeah, we have your email, Hara, Himani, and Daniel. But the unfortunate thing is, for all the top three winners, we have the same prize. And we have your email from Zoom. So we will be sending you an email asking you about your delivery address and contact. Please reply to that email, and once we have your address and contact, then we will deliver the coupon vouchers. Hopefully, coupon voucher we will be sharing via your email. And regarding the swags, we'll be delivering it to your address. Please don't forget to reply to the email that we will be sending it to you, asking about your address and contact.
Yes, and then we have different scenario if you are living outside Australia. Because as I know, Daniel is from outside Australia.
Okay.
Okay.
If you are from outside of Australia, you will get the coupon vouchers which will be sent online. And regarding the swags, I will talk to my community manager if we can deliver the swags to outside the country, outside Australia as well. And if we can't, then we'll do the best for you. We'll send coupon vouchers. We'll see. We'll do the best for you.
And
But yeah,
I just want to say thank you for everyone for participating, even though you didn't win.
Screenshot.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Screenshot.
So that's all for today's session. And Didi, are we taking any photos?
Yes, it will be lovely if we can take 1 or 2 screenshots.
Yeah,
Yes.
if everyone is
That would be
happy.
great.
Yeah, sure. That's good.
Sure. I would like to take at my end too. So let me use a view that I can see everybody.
Yeah. And then
I think you would have to stop sharing in order for us to see.
Yeah.
Okay, you've done stop sharing. Okay. Let me change my view. All right. So everyone should turn off their camera so that we can take a screenshot. All right.
Okay. 1, 2.
All right.
3. Go. Hold on. Wait a second.
Okay.
Hold on. Wait a second. Okay. Okay. And
Patera is still behind the scene, even during taking pictures.
Tera? Okay.
Okay.
Yes. That's it.
That's it. All right.
Yeah,
All right. Thank you guys for joining. Please, I hope we'll see you guys next week also.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you for
Thank you
joining.
so much,
And
everyone.
we'll see you next week.
There will be a feedback form, as because we need your feedback form so we can know that what kind of event that you are interested in, and then we can provide based on your interest.
Yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
All
you can
right,
also comment about our if we need to improve on anything. You can comment on that on our feedback form so that we can keep improving.
So the feedback form has been sent into the chat. If you can access it through there, it'll be a great help for us if you all can send us the feedback. Yep.
So, all right.
It was
Good night,
lovely
everyone.
meeting everyone today. Thank you so much
Yeah.
for joining. See you next week.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
See you guys next week.
Thank you.
Bye
Bye.
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 All right.
Bye.
Bye.